Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the THC Show. My name is Glenn Wells. This is where, with truth, we hope that we can affect change. All right, I've got some announcements to make and stuff like that to do today, so I'm going to do a video of Neil's first and do a little bit of sharing first, and then we'll get the announcements and stuff made out. We got some exciting stuff coming up. I'll wait till I tell you who's going to be on the show. All right, so we're going to do Neil's video. Here we go. Add the stage. Take me out. Make this one here. All right, and here we go.
Neil Magnuson. I rollerbladed 1,200 miles last year on the Freedom Tour, talking about rights and freedoms, and that's what I'm here to talk about for just a moment. And then we're gonna march. Freedom, what is it? It's a free country. You guys free? What do you think? Not. So we deserve to be free. You're born free. These people have taken it away from you. They've corrupted our governments. It's the corporate influence on our politicians that has caused this. You deserve the right to do or not do whatever you want to do or don't want to do without any government coercion or prohibition until you interfere with somebody else. If you don't stand up for it, they'll continue to take it away from us. Your children will be a lot less free than we are, and we'll be a lot less free. So please, thank you for coming out here. Do as these people have suggested. Stand up, write letters, make phone calls, talk to your neighbors. This is important stuff. Our forefathers were willing to go to war and die for our right to be free. And our politicians have sold us out, and we need to put them back in the box they deserve to be in, not interfering with our lives until we move on over top of the line and bother somebody else. Until that time, don't force us to use alcohol. Don't force us to use tobacco, pharmaceutical products that kill 110,000 people when used properly every year. Thank you very much. Michelle Rainey, where are you? She's going to lead our march. She's going to talk to you for a moment about her situation. And we're going to go up Robson Street, end up with the consulate, leave a message there, and come back here. Thank you all, but please all come on our march. Hold your banners high. Let's spread out as we go. Make as big of an impact as we can. We'll move slowly. We'll talk to the people on the sides of the road. Make sure we're seen. Make sure we're heard. Thank you all for being here. Michelle Rainey.
And we're back. All right. Oh, I keep forgetting to do that. I gotta get rid of the video. All right. So, first announcement is the CSP Vancouver is now actively looking for an RV. Tomorrow afternoon, we have an appointment to go see one. The gentleman even lowered the price for us for what we do. So, yeah, so stay tuned for next week. Maybe we'll have some more of an update, but we could be purchasing a new RV tomorrow for the Downtown Eastside. So hopefully that's going to work out really well for everybody. Also, if you guys could share the video, like, and leave us comments on what you liked about the show and stuff like that, it's always helpful. So also now, with today's guest. Oh, I've got lots of written stuff here written up. This is Mike's bio. We have today Mike Wise. This man has definitely been a big part of the cannabis community. He's been fighting for it in different countries and stuff like that. And I'll let him explain a lot of what he does and that. But here's a little bit of a bio for him. Mike Wise is a skateboard, wake skater, and a national champion athlete with the University of Texas, where he graduated with a degree in radio, television, and film. He began growing cannabis in 2005 before being arrested and spending 2 years in a Texas prison. In 2014, he moved to Colorado and filmed Illegally Alive, a documentary that is focused on several families using medical cannabis for their children. As a caregiver, he made cannabis oil for over 5,000 patients. That's a lot of patients. And cured his own Crohn's disease by ingesting the very same oil. He is a producer on Greg Palast's latest 2 films, The Best Democracy Money Can Buy and Vigilantes Incorporated. Mike just released his latest documentary film, which you can watch for free on YouTube, entitled Rick and Me. So check that out, you guys, on YouTube. Mike Wise's latest movie or whatever you want to video, and it's called Rick and Me on YouTube. Mike is currently ranked #1 in the world on the professional wake skate circuit. His first signature board debuted last season for HECA, HECA wake skates, and his second will be released this season. So obviously, we all know that this is going to be an interesting gentleman to have on the show today. A lot of you who know who he is and stuff like that too. So, oh, thank you very much, Mary Jane. Hit it hot, sir. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting show. Mike has been in the UK. He's had to deal with criminals and stuff like that. So, yeah, this should be a really, really interesting show. I'm going to try to play Neil's video again. Sometimes it skips and sometimes it doesn't, but let's give it a shot. All right, here we go, and we'll see if we can get this one in today.
Herb school over there a block away where we offered people an option of cannabis, high dose edibles and things like that. And we found out there that
yeah, it's just I don't know what's going on with this StreamYard, man. I try to share a video that's already on my computer and I get this stuttering. So not too happy about that. Now, if I was to do a YouTube video or something, I can that's easy because it plays nice and smoothly. So I don't know what's going on. Anyways, let's just talk about the Cannabis Substitution Program. We have the East Coast, which is Chris Backer. We have Surrey, which is Rosie. We have Newton, which is Gary and Bridget. And we have Langley, which is Dan Bouchard. So all those people go out there every week and they help prevent opioid overdoses with high-dose cannabis edibles and cannabis products. They've been saving a lot of people's lives. We were saving a lot of people's lives on the Vancouver Downtown Eastside until our RV was seized by the police, and we were told that we weren't allowed there anymore. But we've been working with a lady named Joy Davies, and she's been talking to the city and like that. And like I said, I've been instructed now to start looking for another RV under $5,000. Has to be able to be insured. It cannot have a salvageable title on it, so that we can move it. Yeah, so has to be running, and we need it just to help save more people's lives, like Newton, Surrey, East Coast, and Langley are doing. So it would be very important that we get the city's permission to do this, because after our volunteers have been harassed by the police and arrested and stuff like that, a lot of them are a little weary about coming back, right? So we're hoping to praying that with this meeting with the city of Vancouver goes well, and that Joy can speak into somebody's ear and maybe get permission or just get support. All we need is support of the city to do this, so that we don't have to worry about being arrested. We can move the RV every night for them. That's what we're looking for, and there's an RV that we can move, so it's not there all the time. It's been probably about 6 months, maybe 2 or 3 months that we haven't been operating. We had 240 people that would come to us every 4 days and get 420 milligrams of edibles. And that would keep them off their opioids and meth and coke and stuff like that. It's been really hard knowing that we can't serve these people anymore, right? So it really sucks. But we're trying to get back. Dan, his son, is trying to do that right now, trying to get back to what we were doing and helping the people and start saving the people's lives, because that too is very important, because there's a lot of people out there that we don't even know that we're saving their lives. And I could tell you one story of how we saved a gentleman's life, and the family came back and let us know that we had saved his life, and that they wanted to make a donation, and they made a big, huge cannabis donation to us and stuff like that. So you just never know who you're helping out there, and who is going to come back. Some people don't come back at all. Some of the people that were receiving the edibles were all thankful that they got them, and they were smiling, and they said that they wouldn't know what they would do without us. So I'm going to do a little bit of sharing here, because sharing is caring, right? But just to get some people into the video here. If you guys feel like sharing, please do. I'm going to do a big share here. All right. All right. And there we go. And there we go. All right. Now we get some more people in here. All right. So back to the CSP. The Vancouver CSP can always use donations. Steve Nemi is one of the people who donate. Cookie Monster, another person who donates. But when we get the RV going back there, we're definitely going to need some more donations. Langley could use donations. Newton could use donations. If you're in these areas and you feel like helping out, Surrey, even the East Coast, Chris Backer could definitely use your donations and maybe some volunteer help, because I do believe his volunteer has moved away or got sick or something like that. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly. I have to look back, but any way that you guys can help would be great to these people that are out there, and especially on the East Coast, because it's cold right now. And he's out there, I believe, every Monday doing that. So well, Sean in Mission. We also have Mission. Sorry, I forgot Sean. I live in Mission. I keep forgetting Mission CSP. He can use your help too. He has a lady that makes sandwiches for him. An anonymous lady that does that. I did see her when she dropped them off, but I didn't know her name. But people like that are what make the CSP program run. And it could be you. You could donate. You could help us in any way. You could even volunteer some time to these people if they need you. So if you're feeling up to it and you want to do something nice this year for 2025, maybe reach out to one of the CSP programs, the Cannabis Substitution Programs, and maybe you can give them a hand, even if you just made some sandwiches or had some brownies made up or some cannabis cookies. Anything like that will be very beneficial. We have a gentleman that donates to the Vancouver CSP. He donates gummies, right? Well, watermelon ones, sucker ones, worm ones. Right now, they've been heading over to the Mission CSP, which you would have seen in the pack last week. But yeah, that's where things are going right now. We just did the Christmas giveaway, Tubes and Dubes. Let me have a drink here. Hold on. Much better. And we thank everybody for their donations this year to Tubes and Dubes. It was great. We had hot chocolate. We had coffee. We had Sean and his wife. Man, these people are incredible. They cooked practically all day. Stuffing, potatoes, turkey, vegetables, everything. So we all put it in. They put it into styrofoam containers. And on that Saturday, we gave them away at the Haven shelter in Mission, British Columbia. And people were so happy. We even had the Simple, I can't remember, Simple Simon growing. And he even came down with some clothes for people. And the people were just so happy to be able to go through these clothes and grab things that they needed and stuff like that. All right. So we got about 5 minutes until Mike is going to be joining us. I do hope he shows up. Yeah, we were talking this morning. He gave me the bio and everything. So, we're just about 4:14 right now, I do believe. Yes, no, 4:13. My clock on my computer is 1 minute fast. So, he'll be joining us soon. Back to the CSP program. What else can I say about that? Neil Magnuson was an awesome man. He started this whole thing so many years ago, and he even started this show, right? And we just lost him May 26th of last year. So it's going to be coming up to a year of him gone in about 4 more months. I do believe May is the 5th month. Yes. So we'll probably go and maybe do a show if we can from there. Maybe I could just do a little video. We could do a visit. Maybe we can have a bunch of people gathering around to, say goodbye or say hello, or just go and smoke one with him on May 26th, the day that he passed away. So he's at the Hatzick Cemetery in Mission, British Columbia. If you ever want to visit him or just go smoke one with him, he's always going to be there. Hey, Jeff, how's it going? Yeah, that man will always be there. You'll never have to worry about him not being there. But I do miss my friend a lot. I miss him so much. every day any day when I see 4:44 on the clock, I always say, "Hello, Neil," because apparently 3/4 means that you have angels sitting on your shoulder. So whenever you look at something and you see 3/4, that's probably someone that you loved or a loved one is sticking around, seeing how you're doing and saying hi to you. Like I said, I do miss that gentleman so much. We got about 3 more minutes. Oh, sorry, I just kicked the table. I got some new shoes on. I'm not used to the length of the new shoes, so my apologies about that. All right. Oh, the bud behind the background today is provided by our favorite grower, the lady grower. This one I'm going to duck out just so you can see a little bit more. Let's see if we can get out of the way. That's MKU. That was just growing this earthquake. We are in Vancouver, aren't we? That's MKU. That was just given to me this a couple of days ago or last week. This was just from the last trim. So this lady really knows what she's doing. She's been doing this for 25 years now. And wow, I really wish that we could have her on the show one day. All right. Hey, Bill. Or maybe just having her doing some growing tips or something like that. So I've been asking. We'll see if we can do it. We've got a whole year ahead of us, right? But she's definitely knows what she's doing. She is a designated grower for 3 patients. And they've always been happy with what the medicine that she produces for them. So, oh gosh, I just was thinking about her bud I was smoking this afternoon. It is so good. So, yeah, we got Mike Wise coming on. It's 4:17 right now, so you might want to start plugging in your e-nail and getting your bowl nice and ready. You might want to start cutting up your bud or grinding up your bud, whatever you're going to do for 420. Today's 420 dabs are sponsored by cheapdabs.com. We'll run a little banner at 420 for them. They're going to be sponsoring most of our 420 sessions here now. So I want to thank you very much to cheapdabs.com for sponsoring the 420 section of the show. So, all right. Oh, we're getting close. Wonder if Mike's going to show up. I really hope he's going to be here because that would be the first time that a guest hasn't shown up for the show. But we'll see. He's got 1 more minute to come in. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very much. I'm just gonna do a little look here on here and see if he's he's up. All right. Okay, we are ready for you. Okay, I've messaged him. Hopefully he will pop in and backstage. Yeah. Just keeping our fingers crossed. It is now almost 4:19. 1 minute to go. I got my Puffco here, and it is filled today. Oh, there he is. I see him in the background. And today we've got some nice forbidden. What's this one? Honeycrisp. Honeycrisp. This is what we're dabbing. All right, it's 4:19. Get those dibbies ready. Let's bring in our guest, Mike Wise. All right, here we go. Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Mike. How are you?
I'm having some issues on my end myself, actually, because I can't hear you. So
You can't hear
I don't
me?
know. No, I can't hear you. I can see your mouth moving.
Okay. You got earbuds?
I don't have headphones, but I can grab some.
Sure. Maybe do that.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that'll help. Yeah. All right. While Mike listen does that, we're going to say, send me a friend request if you're a real stoner. Mark Williams. Geez. We're going to have to get rid of that comment there. All right. Let's see if Mike can hear us now with his headphones in. I hope it works. All right. Little technical difficulties. All right. Happy 420, everybody. Cheers.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I got it.
Yeah, there we go.
I can hear. Hey.
Happy 420, Mike.
How's it going? Happy 420, man. Look at my vape.
All right, there you go. Have a hit. All right, so you're a very interesting man. I had a friend, Sterling R. Wild, introduced me to you. Do you know Sterling from Saskatoon?
I do know him.
Yes, we
That's super cool.
Mutual acquaintance. Yes. So, what have you got today to tell us? I know that you've been in the UK, you've been in Canada, and you've been in the US fighting for cannabis rights. You want to educate the people? Yeah, there you go. Okay, and while you do that, I'm going to do a little bit more sharing so you can talk to the people.
Okay, cool. Yeah, basically, kind of my journey with cannabis started. All my life I smoked, and I kind of didn't know why I smoked. And I used to smoke kind of a lot. I was smoking all the time, like a joint every 10, 15 minutes.
Wow.
So it turns out that I was actually doing it to medicate myself. I was self-medicating for Crohn's disease, and I didn't even know this. And this was while I was living in Texas.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know more about the plant. I started growing, and for other reasons, I got arrested in Texas. But one of them was with cannabis. But I was like, when you're an activist in USA, you risk jail time at any point just for advocating for a social issue. And this is one of those things that happened. I was like, I don't want to say anti-police, but just wanting more police accountability in the United States.
Yep.
They have too much power, and they're beating up people and taking the law into their own hands. And so because I was advocating against the cops and also using cannabis, they knew this was a way they could kind of get me in Texas. So I had to spend about 2 years in jail there on pre-trial, not even like after I was found guilty of a crime. This was before I went to trial. So I got that all sorted out. And once I left, I went to Colorado. I moved to Colorado. And in this place, I found out about cannabis oil. I was filming a documentary called Illegally Alive, and I learned about Rick Simpson oil, and I learned that it can help to cure cancers.
Yep.
So I thought, well, if this oil can work for cancer, surely it can have some effect on Crohn's disease. So I ended up taking the oil, and from the very first day, all my symptoms went away, and I could function kind of like a normal human being. So to me, this is like the greatest gift on earth that one can receive. So I kind of want everybody to have this gift, or at least have the option to explore the gift, you know? So I was going to the Capitol a lot in Colorado. It was legal at the time there. I was talking to senators and representatives and politicians and doctors and everyone in between, scientists, other activists, just trying to kind of, I would say, keep it legal. Because what happened in Colorado was like they made it legal, and then from the very first day after they made it legal, the politicians began to make laws to restrict it and make it less legal, when the people were the ones who originally made the law to make it legal. So they, from the first day, started going against the people, essentially. So fast forward to today. This was about 10 years ago. Now I want to make oil for everybody. I want everybody to have it. So I created a company called OG Labs, and we specialize in providing the oil. That's like our number one product. We have tons of other products, but really the only reason we exist is to help people with terminal diseases. So my goal was just to bring the price down as much as I can with that particular product. And it's slow and gradual, but it's happening. So that's kind of why I'm here and within the cannabis world.
People what Crohn's disease is, in case people don't know what it is and what cannabis helped you with it. Like, was it stomach pains that you had problems with? And
yeah, Crohn's disease is basically like an inflammation of the intestines. And so kind of to explain my everyday life was I was sick all the time. It was hard to go outside of my house because after about 2 hours, I would need to go use the toilet, use the restroom. And I was kind of lucky. A lot of people sometimes have like, I would say like diarrhea or like issues on the
Yeah.
bottom end.
Yep.
Luckily, mine was always coming up. So I was just having to throw up all the time. It was hard to keep a meal down. I couldn't sleep more than 4 hours in a night because I'd have to wake up and go throw up. It was like a terrible, vicious cycle.
Wow. It sounds vicious.
Yeah. And so from the first day of using cannabis, I could eat a full meal. I didn't have to go to the toilet every 4 to 6 hours. Kind of my body got just normal again. I was able to sleep a full 8 hours that first night.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that must
yeah,
have been
so
good.
it's like a miracle. It's a miracle, really. I think it is.
Are you
And
still
because
using?
yeah, I still use at the time, it says there's no cure for Crohn's on the internet, so it's very interesting thing to think about. I still do use it. For a while, basically, I took like 120 grams in 90 days. Then for a long time, I was taking about a gram a week. Now I take maybe a gram a month, if that. I don't take very much, and I don't smoke very much. I usually just use vapes, but
Okay.
right now I'm in beautiful Thailand, and cannabis is
You're
legal in Thailand.
you're in Thailand right now?
Yeah, that's why I bought this at the store down the street.
Wow. Okay, so what's the laws like in Thailand compared to Canada and the US? Like you're my
Okay.
first guest ever from Thailand also.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it back there, but
Yeah,
it's hard to see.
okay. It's one of those buildings back
Um,
there.
yeah, there's the ocean back there actually,
Yeah.
but I don't know exactly how everything works because I didn't kind of research before I came here. I've been super busy, but from
Okay.
what I could tell, it was kind of like a recommendation to legalize it, and the people
Yeah.
just thought that it meant that it was legal. So everybody just started selling it and buying it, and it kind of became legal by default
Oh really,
after
eh?
this.
Oh
And
wow.
so from all the places I've been, actually, this place is the most saturated with weed stores. There's so many, like it's really insane. There's so many weed stores, and that's because they told me like half of them have closed since legalization happened, like 2 years ago or something. And
Wow.
there's still so many. It's absolutely insane. Like more than gas stations and more than coffee shops. They're everywhere. Everyone has it. It's for
Wow.
sale. People are selling it out of trucks. People are selling it like people are using it just to have a better life for themselves. Like
Yeah,
people who
yeah.
don't even smoke cannabis, but the money from it and selling to tourists and everything provides them with a better way of life.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see like what cannabis can do as like an industry.
Yeah. And is it government controlled there, or is it like mom and pop growers that you're smoking the stuff right now?
It's all mom and pop
It's
right
all
now.
mom and pop in
So
Thailand, eh? Because
yeah.
I know I have friends that live in New Zealand, and they're buying Aurora and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah, it's not the same.
no. That's what I was asking, right? So what are you doing in
No.
Thailand today? What are you doing? Some more skateboarding and stuff?
Yeah,
Have you
I'm a
posted?
professional wake skater.
You are.
Uh,
I've seen some of your videos on Instagram there. So
Yeah, so this year I was all hurt. I tore everything in my knee, and that's because I've done that in my other knee 10 years ago. So this year was a bit of an adventure. I'm kind of just getting back into shape now. But so I came out here for training. The weather is perfect year round for being on the water, doing water sports. So I came out here for that, and all this other stuff is just like a beautiful like addition, like to I can't explain like how amazing it is. You can literally from any hotel you stay at, it's less than a 5 minute walk to a weed shop. Like
what?
no matter where you're at.
That sounds like Ontario.
Oh, that's cool.
Everywhere there's a weed shop in Ontario.
That's nice. I need to
Yeah,
go
but
to Ontario.
it's all government stuff.
Ah, no.
So, with your knee, has cannabis helped heal your knee?
It definitely helps deal with the pain.
Do you put any creams on it or anything?
Yeah, creams. They help with the inflammation too, for sure,
Yeah.
and help with recovery. So like a lot of times I'll use my knee, and it's normal from like before I begin sports, it's about this size, and then
Yeah.
after sports, it's maybe double.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, of course, pain creams with cannabis help a lot to get the swelling back down and enable me to go ride again quicker.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
have you posted your video today of your stunt? You're going to post one each day of the year, you're saying, for this year or something like that?
Technically, if we're in Canada time, yes. I've posted one for the 7th. Right now, it's the 8th over here. It's 7 in the morning.
So I'm talking to the future, eh? Man always
Yeah,
wanted to find a time machine, and now we got one.
yeah. So I got to do that later today.
Oh, that's good. That's
It's
good.
cool. Shameless plug. Yeah, if you want to check out my Instagram, it's Mike Wise Show. This my name and then show like
Yeah.
a television show afterwards. And this year I'm trying to do a new trick every day on the skateboard, which right now is kind of easy because it's only day number 7. But once we start getting past 100 and 200 and into the 300s, I'm not sure I know that many different skateboarding tricks. So I'm gonna have to learn some, and they'll probably be quite difficult in this point. So it's gonna be an interesting challenge.
Probably YouTube will be able to help you. There's some interesting tricks that you can do there. Somebody has a question, but I haven't seen the question yet. It says, "Hey, Mike, question." Maybe it'll come up in a minute as it's a little laggy here. So, I was going to ask you. You've had some involvement with the criminal behaviors, people trying you not to do cannabis or what you want to explain about that?
Well, this is kind of a big part of what I would like people to know about. Um, and I don't know if it's happening everywhere that cannabis has become legal, but it's happening in a lot of places. Definitely in the United States, it happened in California, it happened in Colorado, it happened in Oregon, in Washington, and I'm sure now it's happening in Nevada and Oklahoma. But it's kind of this issue I touched on earlier, where initially the people will kind of make some sort of law to enable everyone to use cannabis, and as soon as that happens, you have a lot of like industrial players come in, and these are people that are like, I don't even know how to explain it that people will understand, because you'll say millionaires and that's not even a good word anymore, but it's like
No,
billionaires maybe might be a better word, but people don't even can't even understand the concept of what a billionaire is. A billionaire makes more in like 5 minutes than we make all of our life. So
yes,
it's a much different position to be in.
yeah,
And the way they got here is by being ruthless and by
yeah,
cutting corners and using the system to their advantage.
definitely.
And so when they find out that they can make money from cannabis, then they come into the cannabis realm and they go to the politicians and the people who make the policy, and they say, hey, maybe you should let us do this instead of letting mom and pop people do it, because we're safer, we have better equipment, we have scientists, we have blah 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 blah, all these extra things that normal people who are making shops and trying to sell weed don't have. But it's
Mhm.
just a bunch of like propaganda. It's not necessary. It's a plant that can grow on its own, for Christ's sakes. I've seen plants in the wild with no caretakers. So I mean, it's
Oh,
like,
really, eh?
uh, you don't need a scientist to grow a plant.
No, no,
And
that's, cannabis plant is a weed, right? It'll grow by itself.
yeah,
That's,
yeah.
yeah.
So
The
so we
question was, is Canada still Canada on January the 8th? Jeff McDonald's is asking that question. Yeah, it's still Canada, Jeff. Yeah, so the criminal aspect would be like something like happening in Mexico right now. I've heard that there's been a lot of the pot shops have been taken over by by the cartel down there.
okay. I don't know, but I will just say that to be careful about what you hear.
Yeah.
A lot of things I've seen where like a lot of people don't like Russians and like oligarchs. They're pretty involved in the industry in Europe, and I'm sure here in Thailand too. They own a bunch of places. But for me, I think the most important thing is really not to limit anyone from being able to sell this plant. So, kind of the best way to fight criminal owned elements in the cannabis world, I would say, is to let everybody consume the plant, grow the plant, sell the plant, process the plant into oils or whatever they want. And if you do this, then you'll create more of like a market economy where you won't have to rely on stores
Yes.
to purchase this product from in the first place. You can rely on your neighbors, and then then you give your money to your neighbor instead of to some store owned by a billionaire or a criminal, and
Like we used to
they will
do.
take the money somewhere else. Where if you give it to a neighbor, they'll keep it here in your community, and it will be continuously spent around you.
And they'll buy food for their children and clothes and stuff that's in the neighborhood. And yeah, so it's always been, and it's the way it used to be, right? You always went to see your neighbor, right?
Yeah,
or
exactly.
your friend's neighbor, right?
Yeah. So much is concerned with like future and technology when people forget like things are good. Things are good.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, things were
don't
good.
fix it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. Well, that's that the government is always trying to say that they're trying to fix things and they just make it worse for us, right? What are
yeah, that's the
what are
job.
some of the benefits that you have seen with other people with your oil that you've helped them with? Or like what things have you helped heal? I know I would think seizures would be one.
Caesars is a common one. There's really at this point, I can't say there isn't a disease I haven't heard that cannabis works from because there's new diseases popping up all the time.
Yeah.
But for pretty much anything, I've heard people using cannabis oil to treat it, and I would say over 90% are
Wow.
successful.
Wow.
Yeah. So the typical story, the typical scenario that happens is somebody has a terminal diagnosis. Most often it's cancer. The people that come to me is some various form of cancer, and they have gone to the doctor. The doctor said you need to do a lot of chemotherapy, a lot of radiation, maybe some experimental drugs, do all these things, and the doctors will say it's your only hope,
Yeah.
and
Of
they will
course.
really scare people. They will scare people and say if you don't do it, you will die. And so people like they wear a white coat. So people believe that they're educated and they know what's best for them. They don't. They could never. People could never imagine that they're only doing it to make a profit.
Yeah.
Um, and so what often happens is the people do what the doctor says, and it turns out, and it's not all the time, like not every case. So this isn't with everyone, but with most of
Yeah.
the people that come to me, this is the common story. And they try everything the doctor did. They did all the chemo, the radiation, the experimental drugs, everything. And then the doctor says, I'm sorry, there's nothing more that we can do for you. We've done everything we can do. Now you should just go home and die. Maybe it will take a week. Maybe it'll take a month. Maybe it'll take 2 or 3 months. But you're going to die, and there's nothing else I can do. Thank you for all your money. Bye.
Yeah.
And this is the most common story I hear. So most oftentimes I'm dealing with the most extreme cases of terminal diseases.
Have you brought anybody back from after they've been given up on all the medications and chemo and therapy, and you use cannabis and you've actually saved their lives?
Well, this is something that can always be debated, and
Yeah.
terminology that
Yes.
you use can always be poked at and prodded at. But all I can say is that from the very first person that helped me, that I helped, this was their story.
Yeah.
And this was 10 years ago, and they're still with us today.
Wow.
So,
Wow. There you
yeah, so
go. Eh? Yeah. So there you go.
I would say it's hard to put a number on it, but I mean, really, 95 out of 100. Like, it really works if you do everything you're supposed to do. You change your diet, you fix your stress levels, you want to get better.
Yep.
It can really help. But the one thing I will say is that for many of these people who have gone through all these other treatments, they end up damaging their body worse with all these like unnatural treatments the doctor gives them.
Yep.
And so these patients often have to take cannabis oil indefinitely, which kind of means like more often than not, it's common that you will need to take 1 gram of RSO oil every day,
Yeah, well,
kind of
that's
for the
not
rest.
so bad though. You know, you got the endocannabinoid system, immunity, and pain and stuff like that. So I take it every day. I take 100 milligrams every night for sleeping and just for general health, right? And I don't usually get any colds or any flus. I didn't have any COVID or anything like that. So I think it's been pretty good. Jeff McDonald says he's got cerebral palsy and it's been working for him for the last 12 years. For the
Oh wow,
last 5 years, he's had no pharmaceuticals. He's just used cannabis.
that's the way to go. And
That
it's
is that is. I
I
actually
really
know.
like
I
it,
know
but
Jeff personally, right? And so yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like he can get up off his scooter and stand and do things that he never was able to do before, right? So
yeah, and it's all natural. And so like I just wish, I mean, I'm sure the viewers who are watching today are a little more educated than kind of your normal person, but I
well,
really
that's what we're
wish
doing
people
is we're educating them here because a lot of them aren't.
exactly. And so
Right?
I wish that people would look into it maybe before going into some of these unnatural treatments. People think like we were raised in this culture that there's a pill for every disease,
Yeah, yeah.
but people don't realize that a pill is not natural, and oftentimes when you have one pill, it has a side effect. So a lot of people get stuck in this kind of
A
cycle
loop.
where they
Yeah.
start with one pill, then they take another one for the side effect of that pill, then they have to take a third pill for the side effect of the second pill, and they end up having like 9 pills before they know it. And it happens a lot with our older, my age
Yes.
people. I was 40,
Yeah.
30, late
And even
30s,
the
40s,
seniors.
50s.
Seniors got those little Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday pill boxes that got all the little pills in there. Like, yeah, it's like it's just crazy. It really is. You know how they get to you. It's like that medicine man from the 1800s that used to come to your little town and say, "I got an elixir that'll cure everything," right? And then he had
Yeah,
another elixir for what the side effects of that elixir did, right? So, yeah. That's our pharmaceutical, and like pharmaceutical companies don't want us growing those plants in the backyard and providing our own medicine because they're not going to have any money off it. They're gonna have healthier people and not sell so many pills and stuff like that. It's crazy.
it is. It really is, and that's what it kind of comes down to is that, at least in my opinion, that the pharmaceutical industry in general is working on treating you and not on curing you, because
Yeah,
there's money in treatment, but the money in the cure is not really there, because once you're cured, you don't need them anymore, and
yeah.
you're self sufficient. And this is like the scariest thing for a government or a big billionaire CEO. They don't want self sufficient people. They want people to rely on them so they can charge a higher price for their products and then use it to buy another yacht and another jet plane and
Or home or something, right?
yeah, all these things.
it's 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 ridiculous, you know. I was just thinking of something, but now that went out of my head there. It's just about the pharmaceutical companies. That it's just it's a vicious circle, like you said. Mike
Yeah.
says, Jeff says he went from biking to a wheelchair and back to biking, now to a mobility scooter because of nothing being open for the last 2 years by the pandemic. So he used to be a biking a person on cannabis too, and with this cerebral policy, but last 2 years he hasn't been able to do that. Uh,
Mm,
Jeff
that's
is
a
a nice
shame.
man. I know Jeff personally, so he used to come to the CSP in Vancouver. So and hopefully we're going to get that running soon. I was going to ask you another question. Um, what about your own? Well, you already told us about your own journey. What are the different struggles that you've seen people go through? Yeah, I guess we just went through that too. I guess, hey, what do you think is the most thing that you've helped with? Would it be seizures? Would it be cancers? Would it
It's
be
cancer.
epilepsy? It'd be cancer, eh?
Yeah, number one thing is cancer. So everybody comes with some form of cancer,
Yeah.
and generally stage 4 too, which is
Last stage.
Yeah, which is the last one. So it's another thing that happens, which is kind of unfortunate, is there's many scammers
Yes. Yeah, there
on the
is.
internet. So like people will have a terminal disease and they'll be very nervous and afraid and worried and desperate. So they just send money to the first person that messages them and says, "Hey, I have oil." And and this is actually kind of the main reasons I started doing my company, is because I wanted to be a safe place. I was tired of people sending me messages as activists saying, "Oh, I got ripped off. I got ripped off. I got ripped off."
Yeah.
And actually, I glossed over this, but when I was in Colorado and right after I found out that it worked for me, I went on social media and I told people, "Hey, I'm cured from Crohn's disease. I use this oil that they use for cancer." And then everybody started messaging me. It was like their mom, their brother, their sister, their cousin, their aunt, their nephew, themselves, somebody they know has cancer. Can I please make this oil for them?
And they
And
just caught on.
I have kind of a bleeding heart, so
Me too,
uh,
buddy. Me too.
I, I was telling people, if you just bring me the supplies and you bring me the solvent, I have all the equipment. I'll just make it for free. And the way I do it properly, it takes 24 hours. It's not
Oh
a
yeah. My girlfriend makes my oil for me, and it takes her almost 2 days to do it.
yeah. It takes a
Proper.
long time to do it right, and so it's a big commitment. And but this is kind of what helped get my page more popularity, and everybody wanted oil.
Yeah.
And eventually, I went on to. I was invited to do a radio show in Colorado. So I was on the FM radio. When you're driving to work in your car in the morning, you can hear me doing interviews with
Nice.
cannabis people. Yeah,
Yeah.
I tried to get everybody in: doctors, lawyers, politicians.
That's what I'm
And
trying to do.
well, you're in the right place. Eventually, they said I had to kind of dumb down my show,
Oh
uh,
really?
and and I don't like any form of censorship. So
Neither
that's
do
when I
I.
went. Yeah, that's when I went online, and so that's kind of to explain my name on Instagram and on my Facebook page. It's the
Yeah.
Mike Wise Show, because that was what I called my radio show on Facebook. So it was like an immediate transition from being on the radio to doing internet live streams. And
Okay.
yeah, and now I haven't been doing them so often, but maybe I'll plan to get back to doing some. And like, this show is great. I'm happy that you're doing it and getting the word out there.
Well, thank you, Mike. I'm really happy that you're our first guest of 2025 and you're doing the show. And you're in Thailand. I've never interviewed anybody that's been in Thailand while we're doing the show. So you've
Yeah,
definitely
well,
made a big impression. I've got
I
in
can tell
trouble
you.
for sharing already, but I'll have to wait to share out the rest of it.
Well, it's not all fun and games. I can tell you this. This is a nice little tidbit to add to your podcast. Nobody knows about this. I haven't told anybody, but
I've seen it. I just haven't asked about it. Yeah, what happened?
yesterday I went to go visit some monkeys because I thought they're so nice and sweet, and and I got bit by a monkey. I got monkey
Oh,
bite.
wow.
Monkey bite
That
grade 3.
monkey.
So yesterday I had to go to the hospital and get like 6 or 7 shots, and I have to go and get 6 or 7 more in the next few months.
Just let me answer a question here. Jason is saying hello to you, and he's asking, will you repost it? Yes, the show will be on Facebook for years and years. It is a live broadcast, and it doesn't go anyway. We don't delete it, so you can watch it from the beginning later on. Jason, thanks for asking. All right, so Mike, you think you could do a trick for us today?
I could do it on my Instagram, but I don't have my board with me now.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, it's maybe hoping because we have like 1 minute left, and then I'm gonna. I'll
I
wrap
wish I could, but I don't.
it.
Right now I actually traveled to Phuket, so
You did, eh? So,
yeah. I filmed 3 tricks before I left because I'm coming here for 3 days, so it's a little bit of a cheat. But I don't have my board with me, or I'll totally do something.
well, we'd love to have you back on the show, maybe in the middle of the year, to see how you're going. And if you're up for that, why don't you send me a friend
That'd be cool.
request on Messenger or something, so we can always talk instead of just using Instagram.
Instagram's actually best for me, really.
Is it better? Okay, well, I'll do that. Yeah.
Let's see.
But
Here, maybe I got something for you. There's a trick.
There you go. There's Mike Wise, the trick of the day. Thank you very much for being on the show, man. Thank you for sharing our story. I hope that you share the show on your page on Facebook and let other people know. We are looking for people to tell their story about cannabis. So if you can help out, reach out to Glenn Wells. I'm the one with the blue check mark. Send me a message of your story, and maybe we can have them on the show too. If you know anybody, let them know too, Mike. I'm sure you know a lot of people.
Yeah, I'll share this later today. So in case anybody doesn't know, my page is Mike Wise Show. I'm on Facebook, also with the blue check mark. If you're talking to somebody without it, it's not me. It's a scammer.
Anything here.
So watch out. And same on Instagram, Mike Wise Show. So anytime, send me a message. You have questions about cannabis or a disease or anything. I'm always happy to answer them free of charge.
Do you have your blue check mark on Instagram too?
They took it off. I don't know. They switched it.
Oh,
yeah, I had it all of 2024, and in 2025 they moved it to Facebook and took it off Instagram. I don't know. I don't know why.
Oh, wow. All right. Thank you very much, sir. We will have you on the show again. Enjoy your day. I know it's the new day over there, so I hope you have a great day and no more injuries, and stay away from the monkeys, okay?
Thank you, brother. Yes, I will. And everybody else do the same. They look nice, but they're nice and cuddly, but they're vicious. So stay away.
No more monkeys jumping on the bed. Cheers, buddy. Take care. Bye-bye. Wow, that's great. Oh, wow, all the way from Thailand, Mike Wise. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, we're gonna do Neil's memorial video, and we'll be right back. Oh, I gotta go and do this. Share the thing here. Yeah, I forgot about that. Share screen. Memorial video. Here we go.
Oh, well. Welcome to the THC Show with Neil. THC stands for Truth, Hope, and Change, and we're going to hope to cover all the different latest news and stuff to do in the cannabis world, and do it in a way that gives you some hope and maybe provides some opportunity for change. You guys want some free weed? Well, let's get this underway then.
There you're live.
Ready? We're live?
You're live.
All right, hey. Welcome to the THC Show, everybody.
It looks like some pretty nice stuff here, Neil.
Oh yeah, have you seen the plants?
Yes, I just saw the plants. Beautiful.
Plants are awesome.
The laws against cannabis are very destructive, and they fly right in the face of what it means to be a Canadian and what it means to be in a free country. If you're not free to grow a plant and use a plant for your arthritis, pain, or to feel good or whatever you want, you're not free.
There is so much oppression of our great culture here. There's so much hypocrisy and corruption in this world we're living in. And we're still going to fight hard to get what we deserve. You deserve the right to do or not do whatever you want to do or don't want to do without any government coercion or prohibition until you interfere with somebody else. If you don't stand up for it, they'll continue to take it away from us. Your children will be a lot less free than we are, and we'll be a lot less free.
It's 4:20. My alarm didn't go off.
What happened? When you were ready to spiel, I couldn't interrupt.
I was waiting for that thing to go. I was kind of keeping my eye on it, you know. All right. Well,
We really are making an impact in this community and offsetting the use of opioids. I thank everybody that's been involved and helped us get here, and I'm really looking forward to another great year.
I can't thank enough all the people that helped me do this. I thank you, the viewer, for watching. It's really been great to have you along. I hope that we're able to make a difference in your life and maybe make a difference in the world somewhere. And I want you all to have as much fun as you can changing the world. From myself, Neil Magnuson, Pot TV, and the THC Show, have as much fun as you can changing the world. So I'm a bit of a patriot. I love my country. I hate my government. I'm scared shitless of those people. They are corrupt as could be, and they can make our lives miserable, but I love Canadians. So when it was time to help out with these pot rallies that I've been going to for 5 years, one of the first things that came to my mind is, well, we got to have a proper anthem. We need to have something that's thought-provoking, that's respectful, that's not stupid, that helps to teach people about what we're doing here. So I wrote my version of O Cannabis. So without any further ado, if you know the words, give me a hand. If you don't, that's fine. I'll sing them for you. O Cannabis.
Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. With healing powers, it helps our eyes to see. And with glowing joints, we make the point that the true north should be free. And with wise red eyes, we criticize the war against our family. God keep our staff from the police. Oh, cannabis, we stand here high and proud for this. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. Thank you. Let's get you some marijuana.
Peace, buddy. I missed you a lot. That was Neil Magnuson, passed away May 26th last year. I want to thank Mike Wise for being on the show today. And like I said, if you've got an interesting cannabis story of how cannabis has helped you heal through addiction or cancers or sickness or whatever, please reach out to me. Glenn Wells, 2 hands on Glenn. Wells is very easy. And I'm the one with the blue check mark, and so is Mike. If you're talking to somebody and it has my name and it doesn't have a blue check mark, that's an imposter, and you're probably going to get ripped off. So stay away. All right. What else was I going to say? I'll just do the closing. Next week, we'll have another guest, maybe a grower. I'm thinking of a grower, asking one of my grower friends to be on next week. I've been asking people like Remo and stuff like that to be on the show. So we have a whole year of you never know who's going to be on the show. So anyways, like I always close the show by saying, go out and do something nice for someone today. They will probably do something nice for someone else, and eventually it'll catch on, and we'll have a much better world to live in. And as Neil always says, have as much fun as you can changing the world. My name is Glenn Wells. This is the THC Show, and without you watching, we don't have a show. And without the donators, we don't have CSP. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you very much for liking. And have a great week. We'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. Thanks.